Good everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Now in this tutorial, we are going to be creating a web page that has student records in a table, and it's going to also have an input field, and we are going to be using the key up event that whenever we type on the input field is going to search the tables for what any matching what student records. All right, now before we dive in, remember to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All right, so yeah, I'm going to have an h2 element here, and here we can say student record. All right, then yeah, let's have an input field. You can change this to placeholder. All right, so let's say search and put these three dots here. Okay, then for the id, we can say the id is what? Search. The id should be search. All right, then table, then let's say t head, then table row, then th, serial number. Then I'm going to copy this and paste serial number, name, serial number, name, let's say reg number, then let's say date. All right, so let's see the output of our work. Okay, so you can see what we have here. Then yeah, I'm going to be saying the table border. The border should be 1. All right, and let's make it come down more. So we are going to be adding 2 break line before the table. So 2 break line. Okay. All right, so after the t head, we are going to have the t body, and inside this t body, the table row. Now we are going to have we are going to have 4 table rows. So here inside each of the table row, we are going to have the table datas and 1. Then for the name, we have okay. Then for the reg number, we have CSC, let's say CSC 2025 slash 001. Then for the date, we can say 01 10/25. All right, so I'm going to copy this row and duplicate it up to 4 times or 5. Okay, let's say 4 times. So we have it 4. All right, so here number 2, number 3, number 4, and here 2, 2, 3, 3, can say 4, then here 4. Okay, now let's change the names. Can say Adams, Williams, and here we can say okay, sorry, and here we can say Peter James. We can say, let's say Vivian Miriam. All right, okay, so this is what we have here. We can add a style here. Let's come here to add a little bit of style. Let's say style. Okay. All right. Then okay, I think we are good to go. So you can say search by, in the place so that you can say search by name, reg number, date, and so on. Okay. Right. So now after this table tag, we are going to create our script. So here, first of all, we are going to be getting the input field by its ID. So document dot get elements by ID, and remember the ID of the input field is what? Search. Alright, look at it here. The ID is what? Search. And we can assign this to a constant variable input. And there we can say input dot add event listener. Then key up. Okay. Then we are going to be getting the input value. So input dot value. And we are going to convert the input value to lowercase. To lower case. Then we can assign this to a variable. So let's say constant. We can say constant term. Okay. So the value of our input field that is already now converted to lowercase, is now what? Assigned to what? This constant variable here, term. Alright. So the next thing we are going to do is to query all these what? Table rows. Alright, to query these table rows. So here we say document dot query selector all. Remember what the query selector all does is going to give you all the matching elements that matches what? The selector. And we are going to be specifying in this what? In this bracket here. So we say tbody space then table row. So all the table row elements that is what? Inside this tbody. Alright. So you see all the table row. Remember the table rows are what is holding our what? Data. Alright, that we want to search for. Okay. Then dot for each. So for each, then here we'll manually do this for each element, and here we'll say row. Okay. Or we can remove this so we start afresh. Maybe you are going to get confused here. So dot for each. Alright. Then element, you can use element. I'm going to be using another variable, let's say row, for each row. Then the arrow function here. Alright. Then we'll now say row dot test content. Remember, row, we are now using it here, row. So the test content of the row. Alright. So you can also see it as the what? The test content of what? Each of the what? Table rows. Alright. Remember, we've queried the what? Table rows. Okay. And we are now using this to what? Hold everything that is here. So the test content of that to lowercase, we are going to convert it to lowercase. Then let's assign it to a variable, and let's say the variable should be test. Okay. So now this test is holding what we've queried. Alright, all the table rows. The test is holding all the table rows, and this step is holding what? The value of what? Our input field. So if I say let me say great. Sorry, let me say great. Now this great here is being stored in what? The term. Alright, while all these details here is being stored now in what? Test. Okay, so let's proceed. So here I'm going to be saying test.includes. We are going to be using the include method to check if the test include our what? Term. Alright, and let me create a space here. And here we'll be saying the row dot style dot display should be equal to this. Alright, then we are going to be using the shorthand if else statement. So if the test includes any of our term, alright, we are not doing anything. Alright, we are not changing the display. You can see we are using the display property for this our style what? For this our CSS style, alright, in JavaScript. So if the test includes the term, we are not doing anything. You see here is empty. Then else it should be what? None. Alright. So what this is going to do is that if it includes it, it's going to what? Show it. Alright. Then if it not what? Include the term, it's going to change the display to what? None. Meaning it's not going to what? Show it. Alright. And let's maximize so that you see. Okay. So now let's try out if we are able to what? Achieve that. So let's say we want to search for, let's say, Vivian. So here you can say V. You can see. Alright. Now if I just put dots, you can see we are not saying anything. This is now turned, the row is now what? Turned to what? None. The display of the row is now what? None. Alright. But if it includes any of the term, we will now have the what? The default, the way it is before. Okay? So let's remove it and let's say others. Alright, now even if I use capital letter to search, you can see it's going to what? Convert this capital letter to what? Lowercase, and also what? Match it with what? This. Alright. Remember I converted what? The input to what? To lowercase, and also convert the content of the what? The content of our what? Of our table data to what? Lowercase. So the lowercase is going to check also for this what? Lowercase. Alright, so irrespective of this being a capital letter, being in capitals or lowercase or upper and lowercase mixture, anyhow it is, it's going to just convert it on your what code. It's going to convert it with your code to what? To lowercase. Alright, so this is just good to make everything be in uniform. Okay, so you can say Adams. Alright, you can see. So you can search for it using their reg number also. So let's say CSC 2025. Then we can say 003. So you can see it 003. You can also search using the dates. So let's say 02 hyphen. You can see it. Alright. Let me maximize so you see this again. Okay, so you can see it. You can see the web page here. Okay, so we can add a little bit style into this. You can say here padding 20 pesos. Then after that, let's go to the input. We can use margin bottom and say the margin bottom should be 10 pesos. Alright, instead of using break line. Okay, then here padding, you can say padding should be 8 pesos. Then width, you can say which should be, let's say, 250 pesos. Alright, so here you can add your reg number, comma, and you can say date. Okay, then after that, let's go to the table. We'll say the width should be 100%. Okay, so it's going to what? Attain the full width. You can see it. Then you can say border collapse. We can use a collapse. Okay, so you can see the border is now what? Nice. Then for the th and the table data, you can say the border. You can say border should be 1 pesos if we feel like 1 pesos. Let's see. Solid. Then we can give it any color of our choice. We can say, let's use the hex code. Let's say DDD. Alright. You can see the border is there, but it's somehow what? Faint. Okay. Now, if you do that, you might not need this again. Okay. So you see. So we use the CSS to what? Give it a border instead of the HTML what? The HTML what? Attribute for it. Okay. So we can say color. We can say the color should be white if we want to. You can say the color should be dark blue if you want to. When you make it white, remember to change the background to what? Black. Right? So you can change the color to any color of your choice. For now, I'm going to be leaving this color space here. Okay. Then after this, I'm going to be saying the th, then the background color. Background color, let's say background color should be kind of, let's say 4CA, if I could remember this, 4CA F50. Okay? And the normal color should be white. Alright. Then for this here, we can say the padding should be 8 pesos. Alright, we can remove this here and test align. You can say the test align should be left, center, depending on your choice. Alright, let me maximize so you can see. You can see what we are having. Alright, so let's go through it again. Alright, so let's search. For the input field, we can off the what? Autocomplete. We can say autocomplete off. Alright, so we off the autocomplete and even the what? Autocorrect. Okay, so yeah, let's say you can see it. Alright, so we can say Adams. Alright, we can say Vivian. Alright, we can say Peter. Okay, so this is basically how to create this this kind of a live search, or you can call it filter, or anything you like to name it, you can call it. Alright, so let's go through the code once more from the beginning. these are what styles. You can also have your own personal styles. All right. Then we have this our H2 here. We have what our input field with what ID search. All right. Then we have what our table. Okay. Then for the script, we got what our input field with its ID. We got the element of our input field with what its ID search, and we assign it to what this constant variable here input, and we also what use it to what create our function using the what add event listing now our method. Okay. Then we say it should be what triggered when we what click on the what on the keyboard. Remember the key up is a keyboard event. Okay. Then this. Then the input value, the value of what we input to lowercase, then we assign it to what to this variable known as what term. Okay, so this term is holding our what input value. Anything we type on our what anything we type on this input field is going to be stored in this term here. Okay, then we now what query all the what table rows that is inside the table body using the document or query selector all method. Alright, so the document or query selector all method once more is going to what give you all the matching element that matches what this selector. Alright, and we say for each element here we specify the element should be what row. So for each row, then we create this function. Then the text content of what the row. Remember the row now. The row is now holding what our table row. Alright, and the table row holds what all what the details. You can see all the details what all the table data is inside what the table row. Okay, so the text content of the row, we also what converted it to what to lowercase. Remember we converted our input field to what the value of our input field to lowercase. So we are also converting all the what data to what lowercase and assign it to what this variable here, this constant variable here, text. Alright, so here we say if the text include right the terms, alright, then the display, remember here we now say the row dot style dot display. Okay, so the display of the element should just be the way it is, which is default. Here we will not specify anything else. It should be what none. So if this text include the term, it's going to what show it, else it's not going to what show it. Okay, so this is just very simple, and you just need to what understand the logic, understand the flow, and try it out. All right, now a very quick assignment. Now you see, if I place a dot here, if I say dot dot dot, you see we are not having anything. So instead of having blank here, you should add no records found, or no student details found, or no student records found. Right, you should output a message, right, instead of having this place to be what blank. Okay, so take that as your homework and try it out. All right.